My name is Clark, and I thank you for the opportunity to do this. This is actually kind of cool. On Saturday, August the 2nd at 3:15 a.m., I had a heart attack. I woke up with a slight pain in my neck right here. It was really not very remarkable, other than it was odd, and it wasn't something I'd ever felt before, but it was minor. And at my age, aches and pains are pretty normal. Got up and went to the bathroom. I looked at the clock, it was 3:15, and about 10 feet. When I walked back to my bed, I couldn't catch my breath, so I was just like, I was breathing, but it wasn't helping. And at that point, I was just totally focused on that. I couldn't think about what was happening or why or what the event was all about. All I could think about was I can't get a breath. And so she called 911, and within, they told her what to do, and she said by the time she got down and turned on the lights and opened the door, the fire engine was there. There is a fire station number 4, I think, in Chapel Hill. It's about half a mile from our house. And shortly I had 7 guys in bed with me. I think it's actually 6 were there, but there were people all over me, putting in lines and giving me oxygen and aspirin and so forth. But I think, as I understand it, the EMTs were out and about at the same time, so they were there within minutes after the fire engine got there. So it was all very, very fast. And they had me at the UNC catheter lab, I'm told, by 4:30. So that's 75 minutes from when I woke up and looked at the clock till when I was actually in the catheter lab.
And they were treating you. Did you feel that they knew what they were doing, or you really don't even remember?
I mean, I was kind of fading in and out in terms of, I don't know about consciousness, but in terms of focus and being able to really pay a lot of attention to what was going on. So my wife has said that she felt that they were very competent, and as a nurse she was able to just relax and let them take over and run the show, and she didn't feel any anxiety about what they were doing. So she felt very confident that they knew what they were doing and they were taking care of it. I was just kind of hanging, really. I just kind of really closed my eyes and just let them do their thing. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't anxious about it, so to that extent I wasn't, concerned about what they were doing, but I wasn't really thinking a lot about what they were doing.
Did they tell you what was going on? Did they say this is what's happening?
I remember bits and pieces, and I know I talked with Jay later, and he said, "You remember me telling you this and that and this and that?" And as he tells me what he did, I can kind of remember it. It's just not a real strong memory from the whole scenario. It's just kind of a fuzzy time.
I'm sure.
The diagnosis was a STEMI, and I had my right coronary artery was 100% blocked. And when they put a stent in there, they found another blockage down further in that same artery, about 90%. So they put a second stent in. That the other arteries looked normal for my age and so forth, so they didn't have to do anything with them. I'm told about 20% of my heart was damaged in that process. Hospital stay was about 56 hours. I was out Monday after lunch. The prognosis, they told me to go away. I mean, I've seen my cardiologist once since that event, and really since the STEMI, which was a while ago, I had an atrial fibrillation episode, which I don't know if you want to get into that, but since I did, we made it a point to get back together again and talk about it with the doc. But after the STEMI, they just said, you're about as normal as anybody else. Go live your life. So medications I'm on, aspirin was 81. Now after the atrial fibrillation, it's up to 325. 75 milligrams of Plavix, anticoagulant, 80 milligrams Lipitor, metoprolol, 12.5 milligrams twice a day. Twice a day. And I was on lisinopril for a short period of time, and about passed out in Walmart, so they took me off of that in a hurry. So, family history, did not have any immediate family history of heart that I recalled at the time. I did have elevated cholesterol, which I think it got to 296, and we were bringing it down by diet and exercise. However, it had only come down to 250 something, so it wasn't, where it needed to be. I had brought my weight down from 225 to, I've been between 190 and 205. Last time I weighed, I was 194, so, which is where my BMI says I should be. Lifestyle changes, I've tried to increase my sleep. I probably was getting 4 or 5 hours a lot of nights. Now I'm trying to make sure I get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep most nights. Caffeine, before the heart attack, I pretty much drank it like water, and since have controlled that now. Where based on what I've read and studied about it, I've tried to make sure I have like 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine a day, and don't really go over that. So I've been pretty strict with that, and try to keep my alcohol a couple of glasses of wine a day, and not go over that. Exercise, I have upped my tennis pretty consistently to 3 times a week now. 2 to 3 hours. I've been playing a lot of singles now. A lot more singles than I was. After the STEMI for a long time, I didn't feel like I could play singles, but now.
So essentially you feel a lot better now than you did, let's say, 2 years before the incident.
I'm playing better tennis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beating, actually I beat this guy in singles. I won't give you his name, but.
Let's put it on there.
But I beat him in singles, and it used to be I could hardly ever beat him in doubles. So when he was on the other side, I pretty much consistently lost, and now I beat him in singles. And so, because of the extra exercise and so forth, I am playing better than I was. Diet, we'd already made a lot of diet changes before to get the cholesterol down, so I can't say that the diet is a whole lot different than it was. But we are, focused on that to try to keep and maintain that. Stress level, I think, is something else that I've been working on. I was in the computer software development for 28 plus years, and that can be really up and down, but can have some really hectic times. I'm in a different part of the company now, and I have a lot less, I think, stress. There's still some, but a lot less than I had before. Well, I've got my closing remarks here, and I know we're talking to nursing students, and not necessarily EMTs, but I think you guys really make a difference, and it's not always appreciated, or it's not always looked at that way. But I just want to say thanks for what you do, and I give God the credit for saving me, but He used you guys to do it, and your hands, your skills, your knowledge, and so everyone played a part, and I appreciate that.
And we thank you for speaking.
Sure.
Great.